We're going to start up with a short film, actually. So let's see if we can bring this up.
Water. It's vital to human life, the very survival of our planet. But water challenges are growing more intense than ever before. Increasingly volatile weather patterns fueled by climate change, crumbling infrastructure, pollution, and overpopulation. But now, new technologies are offering bold new ways to protect and optimize water, to help the world become water secure, and Xylem is leading the way. Xylem is a Fortune 1000 global water technology provider. Our commitment to sustainability is fundamental to our business strategy, guiding everything from how we design new products to our culture and people. Xylem is working every day to bring water technology and innovation to communities and people around the globe, and helping create a world where water is more accessible, affordable, and safer for all. Water is always moving, and so are we. We're Xylem, and we're solving water. Join us.
So with that short introduction to some of the challenges related to water that the world is facing, and a short introduction to Xylem as well, we wanted to start this session. Xylem has a lot of different brands, but one of the key brands is the Flygt brand. And we want to talk a little bit more about the Flygt brand for two reasons. The Flygt brand is our brand for wastewater products, and that's an application we will talk more about. And the Flygt brand also have a Swedish legacy, being a Swedish company acquired in the late 60s. Just short, some of our innovations from the history. We have in Sweden still a big operation, sales, service, but also product development and manufacturing. We have a manufacturing facility placed in Emmaboda, where the foundry was started, employs around 1,200 employees, and has an output of around 170,000 wastewater products per year. So the largest factory of wastewater pumps, and also one of Sweden's largest electric motor manufacturer, but we use all of that production for our pumps. A few innovations that changed the industry and positioned us as a leader has been the first submersible wastewater pump. On the picture, there's the first submersible drainage pump, but that type of technology, submersing the pump, actually changed the way wastewater pump stations are designed and built, reducing the cost and the footprint significantly. Another key innovation is the introduction of the N pump, or the N hydraulic, solving a key challenge for our customers. Being pumping wastewater, these hydraulics tend to get clogged and stopped, and calls for an emergency call out by technicians. We could solve that with at the same time having a really high hydraulic efficiency. Another key innovation launched in 2016 is the Concertor pumping system, which is the first intelligent wastewater pumping system that actually senses and adapts to the environment and also provides vital data to operators. And this is the legacy and the experience that we take with us, and also try to package now in our next set of innovations, being more in the cloud space, in the control space. With that, I'm handing over to Alexander to talk more about the wastewater systems.
So where does IoT then come into play? So this shows the water cycle from collecting, treating, transporting, distributing the clean water to collecting, transporting, treating, and then discharging the wastewater. And this is a very distributed system in every way. It's distributed in space. Many of these sites are, not staffed and far away from each other. It's distributed across many different actors. So they're different organizations, possibly different types of contractors coming in doing a one job, or certain people being responsible for the whole system. So there are very different organizations managing this, very different equipment doing all this, but they're all part of the same system. And they all need actionable data, insights, and they need to know, what's going on, where to go, and how to plan their days. And what do they do then? Does this look nice? Fun? Anybody wanna, go there and fix this? So this is one of the workhorses in this network. This is a wastewater pumping station. This is actually a normal station. This is a working station. They look like this. This is fine. These are designed for this kind of things. But this is a very tough application to make it, run fine. It's a very important application for Xylem and Flick in particular. We spend a lot of time fixing this, developing machines, control solutions, sensors, even the wet wells themselves, to make sure that this is fine and we can keep operating. And normally they work, but when they don't, you don't want to go there, and you want to ideally just install them and forget that they exist. But sometimes things happen, and if they do happen, you really want to know. And ideally, you want to know before things happen, so you actually can do something about it, and a small problem doesn't become a bigger problem. So how do you then know what's going on in these? That's kind of where Avensor comes in, and it's a digital service providing insights and data for operating water networks and water assets. And we're doing it in a very simple and user-friendly way. But just because it's simple for our users doesn't mean it's super simple for us. And there are a few key pieces then to make this work. First part is the device. I'm looking at this screen, but you can also do it on this screen. So it's now you get some attention as well. So it's the device connectivity, and I'm going to point at the screen, even though you told me to not. This is a very important part because, like I said, the equipment that you use to run these is very diverse. Can be stuff from us, can be stuff from competitors, but they all are different. They have different data points to speak with different protocols in different ways. They have different functionality, and making them all, connecting them all and making understanding is quite hard. That's one of the first things that Avensor helps with. We have a lot of pre-configured configurations and support for a lot of devices. So you just plug them in and it works. The data is understandable, translated, scaled, and something you can work with. And we support our products and also, even competitor products, whatever our customers actually work with. The other important piece is the connectivity piece. And again, to keep it simple, we have one standardized modem that you can ship to anywhere in the world. You plug it in and it works. Cellular global roaming with the help of Telenor makes this actually work. We also have other partners here, such as Yemak, helping us with the modem as well. We come to the partner piece later. But the key thing here is that I think we have more than 40 countries now connected and more stations connected every day. So we've actually tested this, some quite exotic locations, and still works, which is good. And the third part is maybe the Avensor itself. That's kind of what you see. That's where you interact with as a user, where you get your insights. You can see what's going on, and you can set up your call lists and stuff like that. Nils is going to talk a little bit more about that later. But that's kind of the hub. And again, this comes pre-configured with support for visualizations for the devices and applications that we run. You actually don't need to do anything to just get good prioritized alarms and clear data structured in a way that makes sense for you. No extra engineering needed, just like connecting, no extra engineering needed there. The fourth piece is integrations, right? So we have a lot of integration to systems just to support the Avensor features, weather data, asset databases with information about the assets that actually connected, service systems providing contact with who to call in case of emergencies and stuff like that. And they enhance the core experience, but we also have integrations to customer systems as well. So in some cases, you have your own monitoring systems or supervision system, and you want to work in one system, then Avensor is a great team player and you can just integrate that. And again, the APIs needed for integration automatically generated based on your assets and your stations in your application. So no engineering needed from that end either. So maybe you're noticing a trend here, and it's not that we hate engineers or engineering, it's just that we think the engineering time can be spent on other parts of the system than just providing connectivity and making data actionable. So we're freeing a lot of time there. And what you then get is a very powerful system with a lot of analysis that's still very easy to use, very easy to connect. And I cannot stress this is one of the core features of Avensor. I cannot stress this enough. Compared to in the olden days or traditional other ways of connecting these kind of data assets in this space, that could take weeks with multiple specialists from different fields trying to get different parts of the system stack online to get a good, understanding of what's going on. And we've reduced that with Avensor and the whole system to something an operator or a service technician can do in an afternoon during a regular service visit. And this, helps customers on their journey to the words data-driven have come up in a few presentations here, but it's really, we're really simplifying the step to a more data-driven, more need-based operation from maybe a reactive or a scheduled type of operation. And one such use case, I think, we will share now.
We will talk about one specific use case, and that is targeting our core customer base, the municipalities operating a lot of these pump stations. And you've seen, Alexander showed you, we said it's critical infrastructure, it's a tough application, things can go wrong, and if things go wrong, it's really, really bad. How are they dealing with this today? They are driving around, even if they have some data, they're still driving around, often weekly, to inspect those pump stations. And for safety reasons, they're going to be 2 persons in a car, maybe taking 2 hours with driving distance between the stations. And what we are now focusing is on going from a on-site inspection to a remote inspection. So we are deploying now camera, sound, level and power measuring, visualizing that in the application. And with that, we think that these municipalities can free up a lot of time they actually need, because they are spending all this time while they actually want to spend the time doing more proactive work on their infrastructure. Now we're going to try to switch over. We're going to be bold here. We're going to try to do a live demo of the application, so you see a little bit of what we're doing, putting Telenor up to the test as well then.
Yeah.
So this is demo sites or sites under Xylem control, not actual customer sites. But if a customer log in, this is what he will see, a dashboard with key statistics, key information, active alarms, these kind of things on the whole population of assets. We're going to dive in a little bit deeper, and just also we're going to get like notifications on software updates, etc. for these machines as well. There are ways to look at your population using key data. Maybe you want to work to reduce alarms. This will tell you which stations are generating most alarms. Now we're going to go into a favorite pump station of mine. I like to be a bit practical, and I wanted a demo station, so I connected my own pump station in my housing corporation. Here it is. I think it's probably one of the best supervised pump stations, at least in this area. And here, and this is how it looks. When I plug this in, you're going to get all these cards, all this, vital data. See the water level, start, stop level, see the operation. You're going to see alarms.
Zero engineering effort.
Yeah.
This is the key.
We are putting in anomalies, so we're adding, the controller is smart, but we're making the system smarter by adding other things in the cloud. So, for example, here we are indicating that we have got 2 different signals on water level that doesn't correspond, giving us an anomaly, so a trigger for me to go look at something in the station.
And the controller does not have the ability to detect this as a fault or a error, but when it's connected to Avensor, Nils will still see that for his station. So it's really a way to, a very cheap, cost-effective way, make your existing assets much smarter. Sorry.
And of course, we're visualizing historic data, so you can look at that, draw conclusions as well. And I think in anomalies, maybe I should have shown that. We're also going to give you a snapshot of the data that actually triggered this anomaly. Here being a high-level sensor triggered at a much higher level than the actual level sensor was showing. And the last thing we want to show is, of course, we talked about, these remote inspections. And now we have our fingers crossed here that we also can get like
an
a
indoors
live
installation, streaming video. We're
yeah, so now we have somebody's maybe doing some someone's doing some washing maybe, so we have a little bit of foam here in the sump. And of course, collecting this data, we have a lot of other cool things that will come as part of this application as well. No, not today. No. I think we can go back to the deck. Is we on? Yeah, okay, super. We're just going to finish with a customer case story film. And this is actually a customer that used these integration possibilities. So they didn't have to build up everything around. They already have another SCADA or supervision system, but they could get the pump piece plug and play into their system already. And they also like the fact that it's a port and their goal is to, make flow of goods work smoothly. But they have pumps, but it's not their core operation. So they also like the fact that we have service that now also can get the alarms and data to make service more efficient for them.
So two different actors can then act on the same data, which is, science fiction in some parts of this.
Det är en spännande framtid att få slutföra det här projektet som vi sitter i nu med denna utbyggnaden av hamnen.
Det kommer tveklöst vara en av Sveriges modernaste hamnar. Det är väldigt överväldigande positiv stämning kring vilken möjlighet det innebär att kunna flytta hamnen på det sättet, för vi kan optimera precis allting. Det är ungefär som att ha sin önskelista och kunna ticka av.
Vi började från början med att ge dem bättre och mer driftsäkra pumpar och pumpstationer och övervakningssystem. Man hade lösningar här som man inte var nöjda med i hamnen, så då började vi med att leverera nya pumpar och nya styrsystem till det. Och i samband med det så uppkom det också ett behov att man behövde få veta vad som händer i de här pumpstationerna, och då efterfrågade man en larmtjänst. Och då gick vi in med Avensor OPC som möjliggör att man kan överföra informationen från Avensor-systemet in i det befintliga SCADA-systemet. Och genom att göra det så fick ju Trelleborgs hamn ett system där man har alla larmen samlade tillsammans och man kan få de driftpunkter eller annat som är viktigt i en och samma bild.
Aventor var en cloudtjänst som vi anslöt oss till, och det var ju för att både vi ser larmen, vi kan skicka larmen till vår personal som då har jour, och vi skickar dem även så att Xylems egen personal ser det, vad som har hänt där, och kan hjälpa oss att åtgärda om någonting skulle inträffa.
Man får larmen i klartext. Det säger att det är pumpfel eller det är givarfel eller om det är någonting annat som är fel, så vet man redan innan man åker ut vad är det som kommer att behöva åtgärdas, så man kan skicka rätt personal. Man hushåller helt enkelt mer på allas resurser och tid.
Här är en pumpstation som sitter till Stena-rederiet där vi pumpar spillvatten. Och allt det här kan vi övervaka genom detta systemet. Sen har vi även, så vi kommer in om vi har problem med våra pumpsystem, så kan vi övervaka dem här snabbt. Där vi går rakt in i Avensor-systemet där vi fått ut ett zoomalarm på att någon av pumparna inte fungerar eller något i någon pumpstation som inte fungerar. Då kan vi gå in och se pumparna, hur det ser ut live. Hur mycket har vi i tanken där? i den här tanken vi pumpar ifrån. Och det har ju hjälpt oss här att jag kan styra min personal dit jag behöver och göra en akutinsats. Och att vi gör den i rätt tid. För det betyder så oerhört mycket pengar för ett fartyg idag att bli försenat.
Vår vd han brukar säga det att vi vill inte ha båtar i hamnen. Vi vill att de ska komma och att de ska gå. Och det ska gå så smidigt och så snabbt som det bara på något vis går att göra. Och då är det dels lastning och lossning och sen är det de här pumpbitarna. Så att det är absolut jätteviktigt.
Det finns många som kan göra pumpar, men jag tycker med det här samarbetet med den tekniken man använder och med liksom hela systemet utanpå, det är jag mest nöjd med. Och så funktionen. Och sen även kontakten med Xylem där vi har deras servicekillar väldigt nära i Malmö. Och det är väldigt viktigt för oss för de ställer alltid upp för oss.
Okay, that's what we had. If we have time for questions or...
Thank you.